I'm just on the stern of a Wormwood 55, owned by and, well, fixed up by a Western Australian whose name is Andy. Permission to come aboard, Andy?
Yeah, mate.
All right. I recognise that accent. All right, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
G'day, mate. Welcome aboard.
You reckon you can give us a tour?
I can give you a tour, mate. Come on down. Galley. Up.
So how did you come across this beauty?
Just on the internet.
Yeah, yeah. And was it in mint condition, or what was it?
No, it was a horrible, unloved,
Really?
very, very sad state of affairs. Didn't pay a huge amount of money for it, but it's been a lot of work.
Yeah, okay.
Put a lot of effort into it, but more capital as well, obviously. But we've replaced pretty much everything in the boat.
Yeah.
The fundamentals of the systems were there, but the boat hadn't been looked after, hadn't had any love for 7 years.
Really?
So you can imagine in Florida, in the swamp, it was she was green and pretty horrible.
Had a bit of a garden underneath it, did it?
Had a garden underneath it, it had a garden on top of it. It was just...
Ecosystem.
Yeah, and everything was leaking, all the windows had leaked, so there was a lot of water damage inside it. Main engines are under here. So you're actually on top of the engines there.
Oh, okay.
So they're a sail drive, and they point inboard at 45 degrees.
Really?
Because they put them over the side to centralise the weight and get everything. Everything in this boat is about trying to get the weight near the mast to the centre of gravity in the vessel.
Oh, that makes sense.
So there's nothing in the ends. She's empty.
Yeah. Okay.
So engines are midships.
So your hobby horsing is going to be to a minimum.
Try and reduce the hobby horsing effect. Obviously, catamarans are very tender, longitudinally.
Yeah.
So the more you can get the weight in the centre, batteries are in the middle, anchors in the middle, the chains in the middle, all the gen set, everything is centred around the middle of the boat.
Your balls are in the middle too?
Yeah, mate.
Okay, gotcha,
Mostly.
gotcha.
When you want to look at your propellers, they're just there.
Wow.
So if you get a foul prop, you can just reach down and...
Okay, how good's that? Woo!
So all the house batteries are in there, all lithium now. So we did the old Battleborn thing, shoved them in there. Now you can see here the wrinkling that we were getting. See here?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. And over there. So catamarans always stress out in these front corners. That's traditionally all the cats that I've ever had. You always get if you're going to see any structural signs of any stress, it'll always be in these front corners because the boat walks, and that's where all the weight is and all the load is in these areas. So you always look for these areas in a catamaran. So this was, but you can see this has all been repainted. This was done in 03. They broke the bulkhead and they glassed it on this side, but they didn't do it on the other side because the tanks are built in and you can't get to it. So we had to cut the deck off, cut the tanks out, re-glass the bulkhead, build new fuel tanks, put them in, and then put the deck back on again.
Wow.
With a whole new deck. Because
it's a labour of love.
4 months, 8,000 man hours. This, we love it.
Induction?
The idea, yeah, well the idea obviously we've got plenty of lithium, plenty of solar. The idea being that gas barbecue, got to have a barbie, and then the induction cooking, if you run out of gas, you're still going to get a hot meal. You get struck by lightning or whatever, you still got gas.
Struck by lightning? That hardly ever happens, mate.
Never happens, mate.
What are you talking about, mate?
So the idea being that you've got two options. You know, you haven't got all your eggs in one basket. Effectively, was my rationale with that one. So, this one is a double, but we've just got it full of cushions and crap.
Garage.
It's a garage, a spare fridge and a spare bloody air conditioner. Nav station. As you notice, there we seem to have lost the steering wheel. It's here.
Ah.
Old school.
Yeah.
55-foot sailing catamaran with a tiller.
Yeah, but how much fun.
Awesome. And then when you're sailing, you're effectively...
It's like on a...
It's a Hobie sheet, main sheet. So you just sit here, steer the boat and trim away and you can see the sails, and it's just like sailing a big Hobie cat.
Well, actually, it's more like a Nacra.
Throttles.
This is speedier
Yes.
than a Hobie.
Yeah, the Hobies are rubbish because
Yeah.
they've got the rocker in them.
Yeah, Nacra. Yeah.
Nav station. I didn't know where to, the nav rubbish originally was down here, so I had this pot, I bought this, and then if you want, you can sit in the cockpit and watch all your nav stuff, so if it gets a bit sporty out, you can sort of sit back here and you can see what you're doing.
A Hancon jib.
Yeah, old school. Fully battened jib, it's a beautiful shape, you can get some really nice bloody shape out of it. It's 13 feet long. So these are just air vents, basically. They work like a big Dorado box. You can actually crawl through this whole front compartment, and it just lets air in. Water will come in, it doesn't matter. It's got all drains and baffles. So basically it means you don't have the boat button, you know, the boat's open and getting decent airflow even when you've got everything docked down and you're hard on the breeze. Which is nice.
Nice steps. They weren't original, were they?
No, I like these. This is one of my most endearing features of a Leopard catamaran was the way that they have the funky steps that go up the front of the roof. They've lost it now that they've got that silly door on the front, but great way to get up and down to the roof. Great place to sit. We were at FKG in St Martin getting our rig done, and they had a pile of old spreaders off production cats. I found all of these, whole heap of them. They've got the nice aerofoil cross section, so I did a deal and $100 or something I think it was, and I ended up with a pile of the damn things, and we fabbed these up in Trinidad.
And this
got
one?
them to try and fit, which was the interesting thing because it's all curved, so it was actually quite difficult. But anyway, it's now we've got a nice access to the roof, which is, as I'm getting older, it's a lot nicer. To the water collection here.
Yep, yep.
So we catch, the whole thing is rainwater catchment. It looks a bit odd because it's skew-if a bit,
Yeah.
but you've got to get the water to
And
run
we've got
off.
a catchment on the other side too?
Yeah, and then they run down to the water tanks here.
Yep, yep.
But the water tanks are full at the moment, so we've got 225 gallons a side, and they're both full.
So what do you think of the Wormwood 55? Write in the comments. I mean, it's super light, super fast. Just see the sleekness of the hulls. But it sort of freaked me out when he said it was wrinkling.
Now you can see here the wrinkling that we were getting.
But he was onto it. He glassed the front part of the bulkhead, and then he ripped up the deck, if you remember, got into the water tanks and fuel tanks, ripped them out, and then glassed the other side. And that's the important thing. See, you can add glass to one side of the bulkhead, but it's the structure, it's the glass, the foam, and the glass. That unit, that's where the strength is. So just glassing on one side is not enough. So good on you, Andy. Anyway, let us know your thoughts. But it's one thing to consider, isn't it, when you're looking at lightweight fiberglass catamarans. I don't think we're going to have any problem with the Mumby at all, because there's so much aluminium structure underneath that mast and across that front bulkhead that, look, the strength is assured.
Ready for some homemade pizza?
Damn straight.
New York style pizza coming up.
I brought all my ingredients.
Pineapple.
That's basically people. I always have a supply of pineapple.
Like $1 million yachts.
All right, good to see you guys.
Good to see you again.
Cataco Skies, another plug. Say something good about Cataco Skies. Come on the spot again.
I don't know.
We're good at pizza.
Oh, far out, mate.
Yes.
Oh, well, they make
We made
good
the pizza
dough.
That's
There
a
you
good
go.
one.
All right.
Make tons of dough. Right?
Start a YouTube channel. It'll be easy. You make a lot of money.
My goodness.
It's an easy way to make a good living.
No wonder you're on 20 grand. Come on. Spice it up. Jesus.
Hi, Nugs.
He just exploded his beer.
Just frothing up. Hi. Oh, I like it here. This is
relax.
amazing.
Now we're talking. Yeah. The problem is we insulate them.
That's not even fun. Are you?
Which means we're winning. I got my taste tester here.
Okay.
All right, Charlie.
All right. Let's go.
Oh wait, where's he? Hold on, stand by, stand by. Stand by. Stand by.
Get it?
Oh, umbrella.
What's it? Oh.
Howie.
Go back up. Go back up. But Daddy's got. Daddy got the special.
Just a little jacked up one.
ingredient.
This was Sierra's umbrella from today. It's recycled. Fitting.
Woohoo! Check that out. Ready?
And trade off.
Yeah?
Oh, that's good.
Is it good?
That's good.
That we're okay on rum?
Yep. Don't taste
Wow.
it.
No, Sierra.
All right. Thank you, buddy. Thank
Man's
you.
pina colada.
Thank you,
without an
Brian.
umbrella.
Cheers, big ears. You're supposed to say likewise, white thighs. Okay, same goes,
White
back
thighs
nose.
or white eyes?
White thighs.
White thighs.
And then up yours, big balls. There you go. That's Australian culture. Well, Queensland. Oh no, here we go.
That's the extent of it.
Is it terrain? Come on, you can give me more about Queensland. Come on.
Oh no! The piece is cracked again! Oh no! Ah, shit balls!
Good stuff, Grace.
We have some Hawaiian with different types of meat, bacon,
This is
ham.
a second take, people. I've already got my piece. Pizza night's been very successful. It's my first pizza night with these guys. It's bloody great. Bloody great indeed, people. Now there's dancing.
This is the soundtrack to the Feebles.
Come and get it, people.